I want to bring on stage the man we've all been waiting for. Here he comes!
You got long arms, you're good.
The most important thing when you're climbing is to know that you are completely supported by your belay and you can completely climb to 100%. And if you fall, absolutely they have got you in control.
These are all professional brands of work and adventure technical equipment.
Hi, welcome to SMU Gravical 2019 Amplified. Right now we are waiting for our open finals to start. We will have a top 6 finalists after going through qualifiers and semi-finals, and now we have the top 6 fighting for the top 3 podium position.
Well, you have competed this time round, open semis, open qualies. How are the open problems? How have they been so far?
Definitely very important to be able to plan the beta properly. For qualifiers, it was a session format, so we had about 15 minutes to observe 5 problems, and we come out as a group so we can discuss with one another how the problems can be done. So that was good, and within your own detail, you can see how they approach the problem, you can share with one another, so that's pretty fun. And then when you go to semi-finals, you go into a rotation format again, so you have about 3.5 minutes and then you rest. You only do 4 problems.
Oh really? That was it?
Yeah. So for semi-finals it's tricky because you have nobody to gauge anymore other than the cheers while you're in isolation. So our top 6 really fought really hard. It's not just about their physical strength, but also the quick thinking while they were out there.
That's a great insight we had there. Now we're welcoming our climbers out on stage.
So our first climber for the open men, we have Gerald Sojit Kai, representing Kinetics Climbing and Maristella High School.
And for the women, we have Nadia Putri from Team All Sports.
Alright, now next pair we have Shu Hui as well as Po Tai. Come on now, Shu Hui and Po Tai.
And now next up, we have Kontrai Tan, representing Better Ground, and Tan Shu Hui, representing Central.
Alright, moving on to our third pair. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Vanessa and Lama.
For the men, we have Tammy Telly Lassa, representing Team All Sports, and we also have Vanessa Teng, representing Kinetics Climbing, SMU, and Dharanaya Yoga.
Let's try it one more time, ladies and gentlemen. I think you guys
They are coming out soon.
Yes. Not enough applause.
Vanessa and Tammy. They got it now, they got it.
There they are.
Now for our fourth pair,
So our climbers are coming out one by one right now, being introduced. Next up, being introduced is Chu Jie Tong, also known as JJ Tong, representing NUS.
From Climb Asia.
Chu Jie is from NUS and Zijin is from Team Climb Asia. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcoming our fifth pair. It is none other than Emmanuel and Puerto Rico. Give it up for Emmanuel.
Next up we have ERP, Emmanuel Ryan Cole from All Sports Equipment, and Puerto Rica. She is also called Min, yes, and she is here to represent Black Diamond Thailand.
And out come our top qualifiers.
We have Dennis Straw representing All Sports Equipment, Climberic, Row Film, and Dharana Yoga, sorry about that, and Judith Sim.
These are your big climbers. Give it up for them. gentlemen, these are our female climbers. Put your hands together.
Now we'll be starting our observation very soon. So just to recap, these climbers will only
So what is
be
going
able
to happen
use
right
their
now
route for
is
2
that it's
minutes.
an observation
So each
period.
group will
They will
only
go
be
one
seen for
problem
2
at a
minutes.
time.
That's right, Marissa.
So they will look at problem number 1 for 2 minutes, and problem 2 and problem 3. So they have 3 problems to try today. They will be trying the problem 1 at a time. So everyone will climb problem 1, and then when everyone has finished that,
Yes.
it will be problem number 2.
Which is different from what we've seen so far in the last few finals, where
Yeah.
we have all the competitors out just rotating
Yes.
one after the other.
Yeah, so we really get to focus on one problem each.
Now it's very vital for all
And
of
that
our
is why it
climbers
seems
during
like
these
some of
2
the problem
minutes
are crossing
to
through,
observe their
but
Yes.
they will actually have some
about how they
technical
want to
break in
solve
between to
this
remove the
particular
handholds
route. They've all
so
got
that
their
the
belas
climbers
in
can
their
focus
heads
on
now,
their own
but it's
climb.
really a matter
Yes.
of conceptualizing how their climb is going to
So,
look like.
And once again, the climbers are allowed to speak to one another, they can share data, they can figure it out.
And you have been in this position before. What can they do or not do during this observation period?
During the observation period, you are not allowed to touch any handholds or footholds other than the starting hold. You're not allowed to hold the towel and then jump up. Yeah. So just to make sure that you don't get disqualified, just follow the rules. I mean, these climbers are seasoned, they know the rules, but it bears remembering as well. Do not
For
forget.
sure.
So they have 2 minutes to figure it out for this problem. So for the ladies right now, they are doing this problem. It's yellow. So the tapes indicate the start. So the start is actually towards the sidewall. There is one hole at the sidewall right now. And then it's a lot of cribs actually in between.
Yes.
And then one big hole for the zone.
It's also not just a lot of cribs, it's a lot of, and there's one right there that is really very, very small.
Yeah.
Any form of information or prompting during the actual climb. So if you're supporting your friends or family, please refrain from giving them any sort of information or from prompting them during the actual climb. The reason for this is we want to make
During
sure
the observation also, you probably can see it on your screen, they are actually allowed to talk to each other. They're discussing theories and possibilities. And at this point, they're all really in it together.
And now the 2 minutes is up, so they are moving on to the next problem.
Crossing
And
over.
Yes, now you see the men on the screen. They are looking at their second problem. So I think for the men, it's the red holds because one of the problem for the women is also on this side. So for the man, it will be red. For the women, it will be the black holds.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the men's third
Once again, do take note that the black tapes indicate the boundary on the wall, so they are not allowed to hit any limb, cannot touch past that area.
Volumes that are for their specific route and not to go on the tiles that are on the other route meant for the other
And because
gender.
there are only
So it's
3
important to all our
problems,
climbers
Yes.
you
to
can
take note
imagine
of
how
your specific volumes and
really
tiles
important it is for
before
them
your
to
starting
top
position and also your
and to make each
subsequent
attempt count.
climb.
Really count. We also can see quite clearly that a lot of these problems cross over a variety of sections on the
Yes.
walls, which is a clear indication of how much longer some of these problems are going to take based on versus what we've already seen so far.
And for
Now, bear in
most
mind,
categories
ladies and
we've had
gentlemen,
earlier
that all of our
today,
climbers here
it's
are
all
seeing
3.5
the routes
minutes.
for
But
the very
for
first time.
this
They have been in
open finals,
isolation
it will actually
since
be 4 minutes.
5:50 p.m. while our route
But they're
setters
not
were
allowed to
setting up
climb
the
past
routes,
that 4
and
minutes.
they
So
have
once the
absolutely
time is
no
up, they
idea
need to
or
move
no
on,
visual
and the
on how
next
the
climber
routes
will
were
come
going to
up.
look like until
So behind,
now. And they
usually,
only have
they are
2
not,
minutes
the first
to
climbers are
view
not allowed
each
to
route. So
discuss
this
the
really is a
problems with the
key
others
test
until
of
they've
your
tried it.
brains
This
and
is
how
really the only
your
time that they
mind
have,
will
I think,
solve
for
problems at the actual
any
climb
kind of talk
as a test of
about the
warmth.
problem at all.
That's right, and it
Yeah.
seems like the time really does pass very fast because climbers have less than 10 seconds before they have to move
right now,
on
I think
to
they have a
view
few
their
more
third
seconds
route.
before they move
So
on to their
climbers,
third
take a
problem.
last quick look.
And it's really important.
And that is time
For them to
all
figure it
our
out.
They're moving on
climbers,
to their
please
final
proceed to
problem.
our third route
So I
down
think
there. As
what
for the women,
will
please
happen,
proceed
it
to the
doesn't
other
look
side.
like any of the first problem will have any kind of technical break. So once observation is over of the third problem, it's a very high
Yes.
chance they're going to start straight away
Yeah.
and only tweak it second problem onwards.
Yes. And I think this part of the observation, right, it's not just enough to measure how far the holds are or to feel the starting hold. Another strategy that most open women finalists would try is to replicate this movement behind
when you're
using the
warming
warm-up
up,
wall.
using
Yes.
the wall.
Yes.
Now, when she says replicate, we need to remember that these are very seasoned climbers. There's a very high chance that what they're visualizing in their head is exactly what they would end up doing on the wall. Versus, let's say, in our previous categories, a lot of the times, even coming from myself, being not as seasoned, when I look at something, I'm like, yeah, I think I'll probably do it that way. And then you try it, like, nope, not going to work. But we're probably going to see very few climbers try different things in the process of sending a problem, because for them, they know it works. It's a matter of getting it. But we've also seen some very interesting climbing today when it comes to moving on the handholds and how to hold and things like that. So who knows, we are in our open category. I'm quite excited to see what happens.
And right now in observation, because you can't touch the holds, you can plan for whatever you want and then get into the position and realize what you planned is actually not going to work. And I think I have experienced that before. There was this one finals where all of us unanimously agreed that this is probably the best beta, only to find out when we all came back, that was really wrong, and we all agreed as well. So, you know, for these climbers, it's not just the preparation beforehand. It's really while you are on the wall, you've got to make decisions there and then to adjust.
For sure. If any of you were here last year for Gravical, that was when we witnessed one of our competitors, Tan Shihui, on the wall for a very, very, very long time. Throughout the whole, her entire first attempt was stand on the wall for the whole 4 minutes, because it was such a careful move that she really wanted to make, and she just stood there for a really long time.
Okay, so I think the root setters are adjusting the wall for a bit so that they can get started, just so that they will clear the wall for the problem. So there will be 3 boulder problems. The women will start on the right hand side of the wall. It will be the yellow problem. For the men, it's also on the same side but on the left of the yellow problem. So if you are here to support your friends, your coaches, your teachers, do
make sure you know which side of the wall they're on. There's a high chance we're gonna see a lot of people trying to move around and walk around, especially if they're here to support our one guy and one girl.
Rearranging the wall, please enjoy, and don't worry because our climbers will be out very shortly.
So our root setters have been working for these past few days, testing the roots. And actually, we have one overseas root setter with us. We have Daisuke Kasahara coming all the way from Japan, and he's bringing all his experience from the World Cup, Japan Cup, and he has been inspired by the athletes in Japan as well, such as Miho Nonaka and Tomowa Narasaki. So he's bringing all that, making sure that Singaporean climbers are also getting to experience.
Yeah, and we have been promised some World Cup standard problems here. And that's always very exciting. And again, it gives our open climbers, because these are the climbers that some of them climb full time.
Yeah.
And they do go overseas and they take part in Boulder World Cups. Otherwise joined by planned by IFFC, and if you've noticed the wall, you can actually see their logo up there.
Yes.
It's the nice Asia at the bottom, but that is the logo for IFFC. So it gives the open climbers a taste of what to expect when they go overseas.
And also joining him would be our local root setters. We have Hilman Haron. Together with them would be Adi. And of course we also have Zam and Kai. So they have been working these past few days. These root setters, these local root setters, they also set at Boulder World. So maybe some of the moves that have been set in Boulder World are replicated here. So if you climb and practice their route, you will be familiar, you wouldn't be surprised. I mean, sometimes I do this with my friends when I climb with them. We will climb a problem and we will try to guess who said. Then we will all agree, this is Hilman's problem, and then we'll ask Hilman, did you set this route? Yeah, then this kind of thing. Because each center have their own signature.
Yes,
as well.
for sure.
Yeah. So it's really nice since we have 4 local center and 1 international center. Definitely you're gonna get a mix of all that together. They've been thinking, brainstorming, and then putting it on the wall as a plain canvas for us to enjoy. Sitting here while all the climbers do the hard work.
But I think for route setters also, it's quite nerve-wracking because you don't, especially for the open problems, they don't get to test the whole problem. Because if it's so easy for anyone to just finish the whole problem at one shot, I don't think it will count very much as an open. So what they really have to do is, when they're testing it, they do test it in parts. And even for them, this category is really hit and miss for them because they are watching to see whether what they tried to link in parts actually works or not as a whole. Because this is the category where we bring out the climbers that would be able to possibly complete these problems in entirety.
And so there would be 3 problems. So it will be exciting. 1 man and 1 woman would be climbing side by side, and the first one would be Gerald and Nadia. So we have a good mix of international climbers as well as local climbers. We have climbers from Indonesia and Thailand, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, correct. Indonesia, Thailand, and Singapore.
Yes. So all the Asian represents are here. And we do hope that for all the upcoming comps and maybe the upcoming Gravical, we will have more international climbers.
But it seems to be picking up as well over the last couple of years that our how would you categorize these competitions? Home-based competitions are attracting more and more regional climbers. And some competitions like that happen during the summer even attract climbers from Australia as well because they're also on holiday.
That is great.
But guys, do not watch Group Sarah is kicking, coming all the way from Japan.
So we are just waiting a few more minutes.
Alright, well, we've been getting some pretty good
I think our route judge are getting ready.
So people from the back,
as much as this is stressful for the route setters, I think the route judges as well. I think they get the brunt of the heat where there is dispute in scores.
Yes, for sure.
It will happen. I mean, it's a very intense situation. The atmosphere is very intense.
We did see a couple already today, but those were categories where the climbers were younger, not as seasoned. So a little bit more chill because they don't have the rules at the back of their head. And they're also not quite sure whether they are right or wrong sometimes, but these climbers are different. You probably be able to recite the rules, I would assume, right, Patrice, being in this category. They ask you to write a book about it, probably all come out one shot. So these open climbers are very seasoned locally and internationally, and they know the rules at the back of their head. They will tell you before you tell them whether they've done it right or not, or they've done it wrong.
That's why it would be very stressful if you come up to a route judge and you're like, are you sure I did not get it? And then, we must set the down yourself as a route judge.
You must remember that the route judges are also volunteers.
That's why we have a chief route judge, and I think the chief route judge, Eunice, has been working really hard. She tried to make sure that everything is
I've seen her run up and down so much during this competition. She seems to have her eye on every single problem, which is quite impressive for the previous categories because there were quite a number of people climbing, but most of the disputes that we saw in our screen, she was there. She showed up shortly after that and said the same thing that we said. So she actually really has her eye out for anything that might go wrong.
And I think since they are going one climber at a time for a boulder problem, it will be easier for her to see as well. And we have the live stream. Yes, you guys can see what's going on as well. So if there's anything you know, there is the live chat, so you can just voice out whatever.
I think there's a dispute, you can type it in and then we'll see whether you're correct or not. No prizes, unfortunately, for being correct. But you might save someone a zone or a top or a podium position.
So this SMU Gravical 2019 is actually proudly supported by All Sports Equipment as well. So they are the official climbing partner for this event. And actually they're the one that brings in the Pencil product, Bill, 510, Rock Exotica and other brands of work and adventure technical equipment. So if you're into mountaineering, trekking, ice climbing, or just multi-beach climbing,
All sports.
yes.
If you're wondering how important they are for this competition, the wall.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way. The wall.
Yes.
Without all sports, there would be nothing to put the holes on.
Official
Yeah.
climbing equipment partner.
There we go. All sports equipment.
I think you heard that.
Yeah. It must have been us. Did we get a prize as well?
Yeah, we should.
He gets a helmet.
Yeah.
An orange helmet.
Nice.
We will have one later on. But now we are moving on to the most anticipated.
Okay, we are starting according to the MC.
With our open men and open women category.
We are starting with our first two climbers, which will be Gerald, So, and Nadia. In this category as well, just like all the other categories we've seen today, except under 17. We have a very nice fight of very young climbers and very veteran climbers.
Yes.
And they are in the same category, so what can we say about their strengths? It's just there.
Yeah.
2, 1, climbers begin your climb. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined by a climber as well. This is Justin, and he's going to help me with our conversation. Now, Justin, what do you feel about this competition thus far?
I think that the problems are very interesting.
Okay, we have Nadia up, heading up the problem. She's gotten her zone.
Girls making very steady progress. On route number 1.
And also on our women's route, on our first route, Nadia is also making a lot of progress as well.
Nadia needs
They
to
look at the
stand.
top of route 2.
Oh, give her applause.
There you go. There. So Nadia managed to flash the problem.
As he is completing his first line.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's show some support for Jero right now. Howdy, Jero!
Gerald is moving in. Gerald there. Inching in.
So
And
Gerald.
there we have it atop. We have I think flash attempt for Gerald as well. is
Yes.
it?
Yes.
So we have flash attempts for Gerald and Nadia. Both.
So now we will have our next climber. From Better Ground we will have Konchai Tan, and from Climb Central we have Nan
He'll be
Shui.
coming up very, very soon.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together to welcome Shu Hui and Kotai!
So we do hear you about the audio lag. We're gonna try.
Yes.
We're gonna try and match what you were saying.
Once again, climbers, you have 4 minutes. Remember, it is 4 minutes for your climb. Your time starts in 3, 2, 1. Climbers, start your climb.
Alright, so right now we have Konchai Tan as well as Shu Hui starting the climb. Also, we are aware that the audio and video are currently not linked. We do apologize for that. We are trying our best to make sure that they are linked.
And the first runner-up is from Climb Central.
Thanks, Jonathan.
And now we are looking at Shu Hui making progress on problem number 1, getting the zone.
Okay, so we have Shu Hui going up. She's gone past her zone. is inching up. I think it's safe to say that we need to flash. The open women need to flash their first problem.
I mean, do they know that they have 4 minutes? I mean, this is about the number of tops, right? This is not timing.
I think they just saw the top. I just saw her drop from her seat.
This is a bouldering competition, not a speed competition. But I mean, if they get
I noticed, however, though, once Nadia and Gerald went in, Shi Hui and Kotai came up quite immediately.
Yes.
So does that mean that the climbers are also, they are also, how would I put it, at the mercy of how fast their competitors climb? Yes. So unlike the previous rounds where they definitely have a set amount of time to rest, if the climbers come out and they start flashing everything, these climbers inside don't have a lot of time. So they're really on the ball, just waiting to be told when to come out.
Well, the faster they finish, the earlier this event ends.
So we'll see. Okay, so we have Kotai just looking. He no longer has his flash attempt. He's been out here for a while.
He's been trying it really hard. It's really important for climbers to take the time in between before they keep going.
Okay, we have him going up again. He got to the zone in his previous attempt, flew off after that. So let's see where he gets to now.
So now he's making his way to the top. So you can see the last hold is really small. And his weight right now is on the right hand side.
He's got like healing the sidewall and everything.
Yeah. There you go.
And that mental overload. And there we go. There we have it. So no flash attempt for Kotai, but definitely
that top medal.
Yes, a top. Okay, up next to the plate we have Vanessa Tang and Tammy. Let's wait for them to get onto our screens.
So Tammy Tenilasa is representing Team All Sports.
We had Nadia just now as well. So these are our two international climbers. Indonesia, if I'm not wrong. I'm correct, right? I have to get that right.
Yeah. And Vanessa Tang is representing kinetics climbing, as well as SMU, which is
home ground.
Yeah, this is home ground for her. And of course, she's also representing Dharana Yoga.
And Vanessa does need to flash this problem because we've seen 2 flashes on it already.
Yeah.
Right now you should have Tammy on your screen. Well, we're very glad to hear that, Joyce. We're actually watching it off 3 different screens right now, hoping that we're in sync with your video.
So do keep
letting us know, your feedback so that we can tweak it as well. Okay.
So Vanessa is on the zone
We
right
have them
now.
both at their zones actually.
Very exciting. Inching up. So the atmosphere here is really, really high. The energy is intense. And for those who are watching,
and there we go. Vanessa with her top as well. Another flash attempt. And we have
everyone is just stopping the problem.
I don't know if you're gonna get to see. I think you will. After Vanessa's replay.
Yeah.
There we have it. We have Tammy on the screen. And Tammy tops the first problem as well. We have only seen 1 flash attempt on the guys' problem as of right now, but we have seen a consecutive flash attempts on the women's one. Stepping up to the plate, we have Xu Liting and Jun Jie, otherwise also known as JJ.
And fun fact, Hilman, who is our room setter, is also the NUS climbing team coach. So I wonder if he's thinking, better send my roots. Make sure that you are also staying tuned on our live scoring, that would be at gravical.prim.rocks.
Okay, we have them both going up and starting. So once again, no flash attempt for JJ on his problem. But with Li Ting, it's looking quite promising.
So you really gotta push hard on that sidewall.
And I'm very sure
that position is
yes.
with her hand.
I'm also very sure for the women at this point, they can see how fast their fellow competitors are coming back in. So I'm very sure they're all psyched about like, oh, this is a problem I can do.
Yeah, yeah.
And we have Chin Jie left on the screen.
Yep. There you go. Very nice.
So this open final seems to be going quite well. So far we have seen top after top after top.
Yeah.
Again, noting that these are also coming in backwards. So we have the top qualifiers climbing last and the last qualifiers climbing first. But it has not made any like difference at this current point in time.
Yeah.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, Emmanuel Paul is also a representative of
Right now
all
we
sports
have
equipment, the
our
official climbing partner for
Our
Gravical
climber
2019.
from Thailand.
And
We have
overall,
Puerto Rico, also known as Mean, representing Black Diamond Thailand. And Emmanuel Ryan Paul, known as ERP, representing all sports equipment. I really think the pressure behind when you can hear the cheers and the crowd getting so excited.
Yes.
great progress by
Me making her way towards the zone.
And we have Mean moving over. What a swing.
That was a very efficient top by Puerto Rico.
Very nice
on route
move
number
by
1.
me.
So fast, Jeremiah didn't see it.
So we can
There
see
we go.
some of you guys are supporting our climbers through the live chat. Keep it coming. Even though you are not here, with this atmosphere, I'm pretty sure you're feeling psyched. I hope your palms are sweating with excitement as we watch. Now all eyes on ERP,
Yes.
right? We see two of you
Two
here.
screens, two ERPs on the wall. He's timing with himself.
Qualifiers for the open category we have done other
There
than
we go.
Judy Sim representing the women and Dennis Chua representing the men.
And up next, we're going to have our top qualifiers coming out. Top, right? Yes, top.
Yes.
Things that I should check before I say. I said it wrong. Oops.
Both of these climbers are veteran. They've been climbing for many
Yes.
years. And for Judith, she started when she was in university.
And when we say veteran, we really mean that between the competitors, some of them have like a 10-year, an entire decade age difference between the veteran climbers and the ones that have promoted quite recently.
Yeah.
So the level of skill and talent where climbing is concerned, there's not supersede age, I think.
Yeah. So Dennis is now on his own. Wow, look at that coordination by Dennis. He really went with that foot in between as if he's running up. That takes some mad skill.
Yes. Okay, unfortunately, let's see, we have Dennis on the screen right now. There he goes.
Making his way to the top.
There we have it. Is this his flash attempt?
We can check the live score. It will be at Gravical Rock.
How about you let us know? We're all watching screens right now. Maybe you can let us know if this was his flash attempt.
Yeah.
But we will have Judith left on the wall.
We have 2.5 minutes left.
If any of you noticed unfortunately just now before I realized we were not watching Judith. Unfortunately, she does not flash this problem, which is actually our first woman first female competitor who has not flashed the first problem. But no worries, she still has 2 more problems to go.
Yeah. I mean, Judith is a fighter. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
she
she will bounce
is.
back from this. And I'm sure she will figure it out soon enough.
Okay. There we have it right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there was no tile at that higher side that she stepped on. So it was just a flat wall, and then she bumped down a little bit to the foothold.
And I think that's a clear example of making things work, because what she was doing previously just wasn't working for her.
Yeah.
And to make calculated risks like that, really have to be calculated.
Yeah.
And you really need the experience to be able to calculate these risks. If not, movements like that are actually not things you think about or even think as possible.
Yeah. So let's do a quick check on our live score. So for the open men, currently tied right now for first place is ERP and Dennis. But Dennis, based on comeback, ranked higher than ERP. So you know that it's really important for ERP to make sure that he has a.
We have seen a lot of comebacks happening with the girls today.
Yeah.
So who knows how the men will change
now,
that.
For the ladies, we are currently leading. We would need to update, so just give us a second.
Okay, hang on. I saw a man jumping in yellow and black over there.
Okay, so who's it going to be? Yellow and black?
Okay, I'm not sure who this person is. Okay,
So we have
gentlemen, what is your
1,
name?
2, 3, 4, 5 women tied in first place because of the flash.
Yeah, because of the flash
problem.
attempt.
Judith currently
Okay,
she
what
took
is the answer
3
to the
attempts
question?
for her to get the top, but it's all
Did you
right.
get it right? Is it
I'm pretty sure Judith will be able to catch up. Okay, because we still have
It's still everybody's game at this
Yes,
point.
yes.
It comes back down to style of climbing as well as comfort, and of course we must take into consideration that Judith has been inside for a while watching people just flush in. By watching the women flush in, I'm very sure that all of it plays a part.
Yeah.
But now we've seen all our climbers come out at least once.
Yeah.
So let's get excited. It's just gonna get more exciting from here on out.
And our climbers have been in isolation since about 5:30, 6
Yes,
p.m.
this is the longest isolation.
Yes, so they probably had an early dinner or will have a late dinner. So they're really making sure mentally and physically ready for this.
Okay, we have Gerald on the screens now. Gerald stepping up to his second problem, as well as Nadia back out.
So we actually have moved on to the problem number 2 for all the men and the women. So on problem number 1 for the female, we have Nadia Putri from Team All Sports.
There we go, Gerald gets
And there is Gerald, yeah. Very good attempt on that. Very dynamic. And he is representing kinetics climbing. And of course, still studying
Yes.
at Stella High School.
He is our youngest. Yes?
Yes, I think he is our
we
youngest
think we can't really tell from the
finalist.
start list.
Yeah,
Who
he
knows?
is.
I think he is
He is.
the youngest currently
Yeah.
in the finals.
I mean, if you're a veteran climber, you would also be thinking about how the students you once coached are now the one you're competing with. And I think I speak for myself whenever I tell the students that I coach that I know I've become a good coach if you you are competing against me. And I'm sure a lot of coaches who have been coaching these people and these climbers have become coaches themselves.
Yes.
Yeah, must be very proud.
Okay, we have Nadia. So we saw a nice and easy flash for a lot of the women.
Yeah, but not
for the first problem, but not for problem 2. Problem 2, Nadia is having a big problem with just the start.
And that next hold is not even the zone hold.
Nope.
Yeah, the zone hold is still quite far
This
out.
is a very hard to score problem.
Yeah.
The zone hold, you can't even see it in your screen because the camera hasn't panned up yet.
Yes.
And then we have Gerald getting the second move again, and the same, you can see it in your screen where he needs to get to just get the zone.
Look at that swing.
And even at that point right there, he isn't anywhere near. It only looks like 2 holes more, but he really isn't near the zone at all.
Our climbers have 1 minute left on the clock. Nadia is trying this problem differently right now, going from below.
She's trying a different.
I'm not too sure if that would be too effective because if she stay low, yes, the holds are
She
nearer.
won't be able to go up also.
Yes, the movement upward is a lot harder. I mean, this is why our road setters have to test and to make sure that the intended beta will come out.
Correct. And I think though it did not work for her. She's gone back to doing what she thought. Yeah, what she thought before. We have Gerald getting that swing again.
His shoulders are really strong to be carrying his body weight like that one-handed.
Yes.
So you can see all the physical training culminating to this.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, moving on to our next pair. Please put your hands together to welcome Posai and Shuwei.
And there we have it. Gerald and Nadia
4 minutes of climbing time and 4 minutes
done with problem number 1.
So for the ladies, it was a really easy start.
Yes.
It got real. It's going from
all
0
of
to
a
100
sudden.
real quick.
All of a sudden. Okay, we're welcoming back out Kotai and Shuhui.
Kotai is representing better ground, while Shuhui is representing climb central. So we're just waiting for them to start in a bit. So there we go, they're both starting their problems. Shuhui making her way.
And there we have it, just easy peasy.
Yeah, she made it look so
We
easy.
saw Nadia have quite a bit of problem with just getting there, and now we have Shuhui already up at the zone.
Yeah. So
Does she get the zone though, or still not yet? She has to move from it.
because of the angle of the zone, it's really hard to tell. But right now, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
So there are no more footholds, right? So it's just the second last hold and the end hold. But the end hold is really nice. So let's see if she will
Go for it. And there we have it. Nicely done.
Wow.
If you notice, it's actually just a boundary line right behind her. She missed it by about a few centimeters. Her legs were nicely bent. There we have it. Her legs were nicely bent and flexed. We're left with Kotai on the wall. Kotai is also having a bit of problem getting to the next move, but he started to skip out everything else entirely, just go straight for the zone.
So audience members, if you can, show your biggest round scores and biggest support.
So that definitely put Shuhui in the lead as of right now, for sure, because she flashed the first one, and was that a flash?
Yes,
I think so, right?
Yeah. And there are 4 more climbers coming
And it also means that it is even more crucial now for all these flash attempts.
Wow. Gerald made this move look very easy.
And Kotai's gotten it a few times, but he's having the same problem as Gerald. So Kotai's done the swing actually quite a number of times, and he has made it.
Kotai, you have 1 minute left.
But he's having the same problem that Gerald had just now. He's having problem with going up.
And it's pretty unforgiving, right? Because that move, it's not even the zone hold.
Yeah.
The zone hold is above. It's not done yet.
Kotai has tried a few times to go straight for the zone as well.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our third pair. Put your hands together to welcome Sammy and Vanessa! Now, Sammy and Vanessa, this is your second.
Hey, we're gonna say this now because I think you're watching us talk anyway. We're watching two screens, so I'm gonna shut off mine because I think it's confusing us. So let's hope that Patrice's Wi-Fi is better than my data. Okay, up next to the plate we have
We have Tammy,
Vanessa and Tammy.
Yes. So I think Vanessa is starting on her problem.
Tammy and Vanessa both topped their problems just now. I mean, everybody topped the first problem just now, so we also see a different approach from Tammy.
So Vanessa was using her knee just now when she was climbing. I mean, use whatever you have, right? And of course, this is her home ground. She is currently studying in SMU. So she really has a support from her teammates as well as the organizers here.
And let's turn our attention back to Sammy on route number 2.
Wow,
And there we go.
That right
And
foot.
once again with the swing across the boundary line. So if you're wondering, earlier on we had a boundary line cross, I think in, was it the novice finals for the men?
Yeah.
And the reason why he had to come down is because he actually touched the wall across the boundary line. You can notice that their legs are swinging across, but they are not touching the wall. And that really is the difference between their boundary line crossing. Okay, we have Tammy. And it seems like this really is the first crux of this problem because they're all having trouble getting up to the next one.
Alright, Timmy, you have 2 minutes left. Ladies and gentlemen, let's show some support for Timmy as he's following it up for another go.
That you've seen so far for the men's second round. Unprecedented areas.
And there we have Tammy getting the zone. Nice replay of him doing wow.
That is crazy.
And there he goes. Trying to make his way up. Oh, look at the leg though. The shaky.
But he's not giving up.
And there we have it. We have our top for the second problem.
Bring on Chintia and Lee.
Okay, that puts him in the lead right now after the second problem.
All right, Tuesday and Lee, you have 4 minutes, and your time starts in 3, 2, 1.
We welcome back out Jun Jie and Li Ting.
Good program for the meeting.
Come on.
So Li Ting making her way to the zone. Finding her balance there. I know our climbers make it look easy. They're holding those holds as if it's no problem, but actually those holds are very strategically angled.
And Li Ting no longer has her flash attempt.
JJ barely grazing the zone hold.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll get it the next time round.
So far we've only seen Tammy
Yeah.
fly up. That was quite epic.
Awesome. Yeah, epic is the word. I
Yes.
agree.
And it comes down to these climbers knowing themselves very well. They know very well what they can and cannot do, and that is mainly why they dare to try.
Yeah. Li Ting is fighting hard to get to the end hold.
Li Ting is back up. She is at the zone right now. And I wonder if she will make a jump for it here as well, like we've seen so far. I think they have to. I don't think they really have a choice. And there we have it. And we have JJ left. JJ gets the zone.
Wow. Will we see another top? Let's see.
Alright, Cynthia, you still have 1 minute of time. Still not playing.
He needs to get 2 hands on that hold.
Oh. He lost his footing.
Yeah. I think he has about a minute left.
Yeah. Would be quite a lot of time actually for a problem like this because it's not very long, but it is very strenuous. It really is the short problems that take a lot out of the climbers. But he did get his zone, which has proven to be quite difficult for. And there we have it. I think there he's calling it a day for this problem. But we must keep in mind he got his zone. Yeah. Which has proven to be quite difficult for some of the guys as well. So he did get his zone.
I think it's a strategy by the root center. Let's give the first root. Let's give it. So that they'll underestimate the other problems.
Maybe.
Or maybe let's give them a route that will
make them feel good, yes.
Yeah, make them feel good first.
Yes. It also gives, I think, us as the spectators something interesting to look at as well, because we're like, oh wow, that was like, was it really that easy? And then after that, we're also quite psyched for the rest of the routes as well. I think it works both ways, definitely.
I remember last year they always bring in guest route setters, and along the way when I interviewed them and asked them how route setters in general start their problems, how they make something, they say it must create feelings, not just for spectators, but feelings for the climbers.
Yes.
So they say, do I want my climber to feel frustrated, or do I want my climber to feel like $1 million? And that's how they choose. And that's a really good way to look at it.
Okay, we have ERP has gotten the zone, and we got there quite easily, I think. But the last move proving to be still quite far away for him, and we have Min.
You have 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to complete problem number 2.
So Shuhui and Vanessa, especially Shuhui, made problem 2 look very easy.
In this climbing, especially at this level of competition.
Yes, they assess the risk, they are cautious, but they also know when to let it go and go for it.
Correct.
And I guess that comes with experience.
It definitely does.
Yeah. Right now we have
trying something different there.
Yeah.
Trying to toe. So you can see that unless they have decided that there really isn't any other way to do it, which is how we're looking at the men's problem too, where the first move is to go for the side pull and there's no other way to do it. But we have seen them try and change up the second half if they make it up there a second time. But especially for Min, she just goes through quite a few processes because we've seen her change her beta and her micro beta a couple of times already. Is this gonna work out for her? And there we have it. She gets it. And she is done. There we go with that top.
Always love it.
And then we have ERP left. Now he's already gotten his zone, so what he really needs is the top now. Oh wow! There he goes, there he has it.
So it's very different from how Peggy ended.
Yes.
She was actually using the edges to hold it, whereas ERP actually pitched it.
Correct. ERP also had a more dynamic way to go up because he threw for it.
Yeah.
And he did it the first time as well. It didn't really work, but there was no, I'm going with my comfort, I know. And he really is a fly around climber.
Hashtag flows.
Yes, he's got a flow for sure. Okay, coming up to the plate for their second problem, our top competitors for our open finals, Dennis and Judith. Now these two climbers, including quite a number of them in the finals, have fan base. They literally have fans in the audience, people who are here to support them, who have no idea who they are, except that they are really, really good climbers.
Yeah.
And almost superstars. Like a lot of these climbers, the finalists, are superstars in this country, in the gym.
Well, I mean, I'm one of those people where when I first met Jude, I was a bit starstruck.
When I first started climbing, I had no idea who they were, so it's really bad. And I did it at the Boulder World Cup as well when I went to watch. I had no idea who these people were, considering I met them the night before.
Yeah.
And someone came up to me and went, "Oh, you know Jude? Wow!"
Yeah.
I was like, "Why?" But I know who she is now. Oh, and then we have it. Dennis easily moving to the zone and off the zone.
It makes it look so easy.
He just like went touch and go.
So smooth. Going for the end. Is he gonna do a dynamic way? Or is he gonna do the same as Tammy?
It looks like he's deciding which one he
In
wants.
between
Yes.
ERP or Tammy's way.
Correct.
And I think he's going for Tammy's way. Let's see if it works out for him.
Oh
Just
no!
missing it out a bit. But he still has time. He can try
All right,
again.
climbers, you have 2 minutes left for problem number 2.
We see Jude falling off that one as well.
Yeah, but still all smiles.
Yes.
Really nice. It's important for climbers to enjoy themselves, even though they're competing. I mean, it's already a high stress situation. There's no need to stress yourself and be angry.
For sure, and it is really the epitome of no matter how many years you've been climbing, how many times you've competed, there is always an element of fun that you can find for yourselves, because you would think after so many years you might get bored, but no, the scene evolves, the route change, and you don't get bored with it. There's always something new to look forward to. Especially the fact that you have different route setters in the same competition. It's not just one route setter. So you have different styles. Every single problem is a little bit different, because just like climbing, route setters also have their own styles of route setting.
And right now, Judy making her way past the zone.
There she gets it.
So when you're getting to the zone, it's really a preparation to end already.
Yes, because I'm very sure she sees from there that she's going to have to jump for it at some point, but we've seen in the first problem, she's got no problem with jumping.
Yeah, and I think it's also because of her training. She is actually a speed climber. So naturally, that muscles, the fast twitch muscles,
Fast
are very
twitch.
developed. Yeah.
And the no fear to fly.
Yes. And
There we go.
nice one.
And Dennis up on the zone. So Judith is done.
Yeah.
We're left with Dennis.
Round of applause.
And now let's go back to the live score. Let's see how our climbers are doing. If you want to see the live score, it will be at gravical.frame.rocks. And currently, right now, tied in first place with the same number of score, it would be Shu
Yeah, that
Hui
is
and
expected.
Vanessa. Yeah.
It is definitely expected because they did flash both their first two problems.
And for the guys,
And what it means for you guys is giveaway time!
for the guys, ERP is leading the pack.
Okay, so we're going to give away this pet zone. Proximity lighting.
It's quite clear cut for the guys.
Very simple.
Yeah.
The first, second, and third at the moment.
Yes.
From
Oh,
our
we
that
do
means
have-
there is actually a time score.
Yes.
And of course, when you do hope, it doesn't go back into count back.
do we have?
So if you're wondering why you're looking at us right now, it's because if you remember earlier, we had a bunch of problems that crossed each other. So what's happening now is the route setters now have to put it back up because they had to take it down in order of the routes itself. So now they have to put it back up on the wall, put some stuff back up, take some stuff down, so that they can be ready for the final problems for the men and the women. If I remember correctly, women's 2 and men's 3 were crossing, as well as men's 2 and women 3. So we're basically going to see them switch places.
Yeah. So route setters
Okay, so
there's no time for them to chill and just sit down and watch the show. They are working continuously throughout this event.
I think especially during the finals day,
Yeah.
because throughout the competition they still have the ability to possibly not take too much, not put too much on, or just take 1 or 2 holes off to kind of tweak the problem to make it difficult. But for finals, we have seen every single category has been different.
Yeah.
So these route setters have been up every other hour. Actually, just on the wall, taking everything down, putting everything up, and it's worth noting they've been here since Monday. Yes, it is not competition start on Thursday. They start route setting on Wednesday. They actually finish everything way before the competition actually starts, and then they make little markings on the wall and then they basically put it all up again.
So don't worry, this preparation will be done soon, okay? We will get to see our climbers, but it also gives our climbers behind some time to breathe, slow down and reset for the next problem. Sometimes it's easy to get bogged down by the previous attempt. You keep thinking, what if only, but you can't have that as long as you're competing. You gotta keep fresh every single time that you're going.
I think especially for climbing competitions or any competition for that matter, it's not over till it's over.
Yeah.
Then you have time to reflect. So before that, you really have to keep in the zone and just keep going with it.
Okay, what are the names of the 4 categories? If you know the answer, put your hands up in 3, 2, and 1.
We have a bunch of cheaters here. Let's do it again. Alright. Hands up in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so you can see it now. They are up on the ladders. It takes an army to get this done. And I'm a technician by profession, so I'm always working at height and I'm climbing up ladders and scaffolding. But when I first started climbing, when I first saw route setters do their thing, all I could think of was, wow, MOM would not agree with any of this. And I'm so impressed. I'm always so impressed with the risk they take with themselves, being up on these ladders and just holding the impact driver. Like, they obviously know what they're doing, and as someone who's been working at height for such a long time, being licensed to work at height, I see them and I have to bow down. I have real respect for route setters because the mats are soft. And you have them up on ladders that are just normal ladders, nothing fancy or special about them. And it really is a real feat to do it, especially the whole day, because it gets so tiring.
So the question is about
As
the
much
rules
as
that we
it
have
is
here.
mental work, there's always the physical aspect.
Correct. And you have route setter, right? I know you do it for your gym as well as other competitions as well. What goes through your mind as a route setter? Let's say for competitions when you're setting for comps.
Okay, so back when I was studying in university, I was helping out with one of the competitions. Yeah, it's actually Boulder Active. Look out for that. It's coming soon after this. So the preparation actually takes the entire day. Right, you'll be setting in the morning all the way through the night. And then the night before the competition, you have to clear everything out so that you're ready for the competitors when they arrive. And during that time, I will still compete, and it is always my worst performing competition because I am so bad.
Dedication.
There's always a mistake.
You can't help yourself though.
I mean, it's fun to be a competitor, but it's also fun to be part of the behind the scene, what goes on behind all the routes that you are doing, all the sweeping, all the brushing, making sure they're brushed, making sure that there's chop, making sure that the bowlings don't pop out of the wall. It's really important, yeah.
Okay, now this question for the proximity.
So it's a lot of logistical work, and I'm pretty sure SMU Gravical, they've been doing this for a few years now, and it gets handled from the community, learning and getting better every year.
We also noticed that this year they've made some very big changes. For one thing, our t-shirt design is different. Yes, that's one thing very obvious that we can see, because we have seen, I have a few. Similar looking, just the color swapping t-shirts, but this year they've gone all out. They've got a new theme, they've got new t-shirts. We have official and climber at the back of the t-shirts. They've gone with their finalist t-shirts again as well, with the white, going on with the white and gold.
And actually, I wanted to point that out just now. Finalists have a different shirt, so it's almost like a bragging right. Hey, I made it for finals.
Like, no matter what place you get, you have a memento.
Yes, that's right. You get to tell yourself, I did well for that cause.
Yes.
I enjoyed myself.
Okay, well, our local route setters Can you show your faces?
So we are halfway through our open men and open women finals. So our competitors, some of them are veteran climbers, some of them are really young. I think our youngest climber is actually Gerald. Still very stylized. Yeah, some are working adults. So you can't really profile who will get into finals.
Yes, for sure. I mean, we've been seeing it throughout this whole comp that qualifying positions really mean nothing.
Yeah.
Throughout all the finals, usually it's not so distinctive. Most times you have a clear difference between who comes in first and who comes in last during qualifiers. But this competition we have seen time and time again, like it's just spread out. There's no oh, we think they're gonna send it or we think they're not gonna get it.
Yeah.
Official organizer for Gravical 2019.
So if you're watching right now while having dinner with your friends, just chilling at home, preparing for the work or school tomorrow, I hope you're having a good time being with us here. The tent stage is actually full. Everyone's sitting.
It's also a lot cooler than it was the whole day. Definitely much cooler.
Okay. Needed to take some chill feel from the weather.
You gonna find me. 3, 2, 1, come on! Yeah, run, right.
And of course, our climbers are actually not just representing themselves, they are representing various brands and institutions. So we can see representatives from kinetics climbing, Better Ground, Team All Sports, Climbing, Dharana, Yoga, Touch Central, and Black Diamond Thailand, all over here.
Sponsors also from all over the place.
Yes.
Hard question, is it?
You'll give us 1 minute to think about it.
So the route setters are still at it at the moment, cleaning up the walls. They are done with that would have been the women's problem. They are done with women 3. Now they are moving on to men's 3.
So I think right now it's actually a really long break for climbers. I mean, I think they could use a break.
Yes. But it also means that your body has time to kind of rest and cool down, and the human body is made to nap. So the moment you start to rest, your body starts to go to sleep. So it's not always very good. It's actually very unwelcome to have a sudden break in between, like knowing that you're gonna have to push all over again. So I would assume, I mean, we definitely can't see it because we're not in ISO, but I'm sure they're probably jumping around and really keeping warm and keeping their bodies awake behind them. Because it really does. It does fall asleep, and once your body is fallen asleep, it's gonna take a while.
Yeah, and also, based on my experience, I may not be able to speak for everyone, but I feel like the longer I wait, the more anxious I get.
Yes.
So to me, I have this, let's get it over and done with kind of mentality.
Yeah.
Because waiting and just eats you inside. You get
Correct.
even more.
Correct.
So it's a mental battle as well to keep the psych up, not to let, to get demoralized if you have not been doing, or to get overconfident.
Yes.
As well, yeah.
We also have this term we like to use, which we say we get very psyched by the problems or by the climbing, and it literally is what it means, exactly that. We get very psyched, our adrenaline rises, we get very, very hyped up for what we are doing. It really pushes us, and to stay psyched sometimes when you're tired can be a little bit hard. And we know once the blood is rushing, the sugar is pumping, the adrenaline is in, all the more crashing is so possible. So you are anxious and psyched at the same time. It's almost like being on some kind of drug.
Yeah.
You're trying to stay high, but then your drug supply at the moment is being paused. Someone turned off the gym in between. So I'm very sure, like for yourself also, you would say you definitely have have things and tools that you do for yourself to really keep yourself going at the back, because you really can't lose it, because you know again, it's not over till it's over, and if you lose it at any point in time, if it's over before it's actually over, then there's really no point in coming back out.
But then I think every climber has their own different ways of
definitely
dealing with it. I've seen it before. Some would prefer to just sit down and reflect and breathe. Some would prefer to play with one another. Some would be on the warm-up wall. Others would be juggling. You see all sorts of stuff in isolation, I tell you.
So what secrets do you have? What do you do during long breaks like this? Let's not even talk about if the route setters are setting at the moment, but even when you are climbing in an open finals format, you do have like almost 20 minutes to wait between each climb. So what do you do behind to keep yourself? Like some tips for our climbers?
I mean, it really depends on each person and your comfort level. For me to find what works for me took a while for me to figure out. It's a trial and error. At first, I thought just keeping to myself would work, but I realized that it made me more anxious. So right now, I would prefer to just take it easy, just juggle, just play around behind. The calmer I am, the better I am. The more I can focus on the problem, and I think some of our finalists take it like that. That's their approach as well. Yeah, but some would rather not mingle. They would like to stay focused. So it really depends.
I think I'm like that, opposite, and like when I need to calm my insides, I have to zen the outside just to make sure like. I think it's also because once I start talking, I'm not going to stop. So I have to make sure that I concentrate, I lose concentration.
I think both of us nowadays, I mean, both our line of work involve a lot of talking. So taking time to just
cannot stop.
That's right. I mean, believe it or not, talking is work. So you need to prepare for it.
It's always good when the talking part is actually work, not something you're doing voluntarily. A skill that gives back.
And I think our route setters are putting up final touches. Just a little bit more. They're clearing a bit now. And our MCs are having a bit of fun.
Yes, they are fun that you probably can't see because you're at home watching. You're listening to us, so that can't be too bad, right? I mean, you've been here this whole time.
So thank you so much for being with us here right now, watching SMU Gravical 2019 on your screen.
Watching from Heng Chun Camp in Taiwan. Hi, Noel. Well done. This is called dedication, watching from Taiwan. Do we have anyone else from overseas here? I got a message on my Instagram from Zach, who's probably watching from the UK.
Yeah. So since we have international climbers, I'm pretty sure they are also supporting the
Yes.
athletes that are here right now. So if you're from Indonesia, you're from Thailand, or from any part of Asia,
you can do a shout out. We have your comments. We can say it out. And maybe your climbers that you are supporting might tune into this live later on, and they will hear and read your comments as well. So if there are any fans of the climbers you'd like to leave fan notes, little fan love notes, do it here, because then you won't know when they see it.
Yeah. Okay. Just a little bit more, a lot of last minute clearing right now, and then we will have, I think after this there wouldn't be any more technical break.
No.
I think we will be set for both problem 3.
Yes.
Oh wait, we only have problem 3.
We only have one problem
We
left.
only have one problem left. So that is it for our route setters on the wall.
They're playing scissors, paper, stone on stage, trying to figure out who. Noel says hi to all his climbing friends in Singapore. I'm not going to say the rest out, you can read it yourself. I don't think I'm allowed to use that kind of language.
It's all right, Noel. I hope that this event is making things better for you.
It will be over soon. Hang in there. I don't mean the climbing, but that too, because we're on our last problem.
So what you are seeing down the screen is our audience and our MC doing a little bit of a game.
It has to be this hand for you and this hand for you so that the audience can see. Okay,
we have Jeff and we have Gabriel over here. Ready? Scissors, paper, stone.
They're basic. If you're wondering what they're doing, they're playing scissors, paper, stone to see who will answer the question.
it's not my fault. Can we still be friends after this?
Okay, next year you won't see Jeff at very well.
Like, hey, I lost a friend, man.
Okay, you know what? But we have to do this.
And Gabriel wins the scissors, paper, stone.
The question doesn't mean that.
Hey, where's Jeff? If you don't answer the question, you're still here, you know.
So, Jeff, if he fails to answer the question, you will still have a chance to answer the question.
Okay. Justin, what was the question?
Sorry, I said not ready. I was getting ready to watch. Okay, the question is, you have to name three brands of equipment that is distributed by all sports equipment.
Okay, Gabriel, name the first brand.
So the question is 3 brand equipment that is distributed by all sports.
Last one.
That is correct. All
Right
right.
now, Gabriel, do me a favor. I want you to wear it on right now as you head back to your seat, okay?
Will he get it right?
Gabriel, wear it right now.
Let's see how you look in the helmet. You know, it could have been Jeff, but it was you.
And it looks like he gets it. Another orange helmet. An orange helmet that he obviously intends to keep for himself because he's going to put it on right now.
Actually, I've just seen his, this is Gabriel's sim, and I think he just went for a multi-pitch trip when he was in Krabi. So I guess this is very useful for him in the times that he go back there.
Like we said earlier, all sports equipment. All sports equipment.
We are finally ready to move on to our last room for the open finals category. And ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together to welcome our first pair, Gerald and Nadia.
Can we get Nadia?
National relay, this was sport. All right, Gerald and Nadia, you have 4 minutes.
Okay, we welcome Gerald back out and Nadia. Nadia should be coming out quite soon. Nadia probably caught off guard. There we go. Like in her zone and like, now time to come out, time to come out.
Yeah. Okay, so Nadia Putri represents Team All Sports, and Gerald so is representing kinetics climbing as well as Maristella High School.
We have them both on the start.
You ask me, it looks like
Just a quick refresh on the current score. Shu Hui and Vanessa have the same score, so they are currently ranked atop. For the guys, PRP is leading the pack, followed by Tammy. So this final problem could make or break for some of our climbers right here.
Alright, climbers, you have less than 2 minutes left for your third boulder of tonight. Climbers, this will be your last boulder, so let's make it go.
Hey, I think you've had a bit of view for the problems itself, and you can't hear it, but the MC just now commented, I think there are some holes missing from the wall. And I must say, I think I agree. It is one of those moments that we mentioned just now where you're going to wonder where is that foothold or handhold that we're pretty sure is supposed to be there. I'm not seasoned enough for these problems. Yeah. To me, they look impossible. So what do you think they need to do? Sounds like an interview, Patrice. But I really I cannot. I'm looking at them and I'm lost.
I mean, definitely for the men, they need to do a big jump.
It looks like it.
Yeah, and I think the right foot needs to catch the volume. The triangular volume on
end
the right
up there
side.
and then still have to go up, but and they're also
but they're facing left.
Yes, they're not facing the right way. They're facing the opposite direction. We're gonna see here. And for the girls, it looks like a coordination, but also starting very low.
And I think these are their last few tries on this problem.
Yes.
And head back into the warm and isolation area. Now, ladies and gentlemen, moving on to our second batch.
I think that is it for our climbers.
There we go. We have them going in. And next up, we're gonna have Kotai and Shuhui representing Beta Ground for Kotai and Climb Central for Shuhui. Shuhui is currently in a very nice first place lead with Vanessa. They flashed both their first two problems. Let's see how she does on this one. How's Kotai looking?
So for Kotai, he is actually in the 6th place right now because of his attempt to top the first route. He took about 6 attempts.
This attempt is, this problem itself is actually quite crucial for him. It sets him in a nice place if he tops it.
Yeah.
He's coming out second. Daryl didn't manage to top it.
And
if he does top it, he gets 2 at the moment.
Yeah. And for Shuhui, she would want to make sure that she has enough distance against Vanessa in terms of score.
Yes.
Because if they continue being ranked the same score, Vanessa by comeback still wins. But we still have to wait for all the other climbers to come up. So nothing is sure until our last climber finish climbing.
Yes. And we can see from what we're looking at, the start is proving to be quite difficult already. Just the start. We've not even left the beginning yet for these problems.
Here we are, Shuhui.
And there we have it. Wow. Like nice thumbs up there.
Yeah.
Like,
you know, the climbers are having fun when they can, you know, take light of the situation and then like, hey,
thumbs
I'm
up.
here. Wow.
2 minutes and 20 seconds left.
And there you go.
And there she goes. She gets the zone.
Oh! Well, so from the zone, it's already a move to the end hole.
And it is very far. It is really quite a huge jump. For the guys, the awkward jump is in the very beginning.
Yeah.
For the girls, they have a coordination into the corner and then a very awkward jump to the end. It is a face opposite direction. Kotai did
So
exactly what you said that should happen.
He managed to open up his body such that his chest is facing the wall.
Yes, and he's gotten a feel of it, so this puts him in a nice place to possibly
Repeat.
and see if usually for coordination moves, most of the time, I think even from my experience, once you've gotten it once, it tends to be quite easy to repeat the coordination.
Yeah.
So let's see if that works out for him.
The right foot needs to go
But
higher.
again, this is very high. We have Shu Hui on her next attempt. See, and this is actually an example of she just flies straight leg in because she got it the first time.
Wow, she almost slipped there.
Oh wow, there we have it. That handlebar.
Giant handlebar.
Giant
Almost like a
handlebar.
telephone. There you go, looking at it. Well done, Shu Hui.
And it has to be a fearless jump because she must, it is impossible to do that one hand at a time. So you really have to disengage.
Coming close.
It was like coming so much closer, he actually stuck it for like a millisecond. So once you get it kind of, it just gets better and better because your body understands what it needs to do.
Let's see if it catches it.
And there we go, well
go.
done.
So it's the end hold now.
Oh no.
I'm not sure if it's a good way to move.
You can see it from here, there is a hold.
I see.
There is a hold on the sidewall, which they are supposed to throw for. So
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together to welcome our next pair, Sammy and Vanessa. Alright, Sammy and Vanessa, you have 4 minutes of climb time. Your time starts in 3, 2, 1.
Sammy and Vanessa now heading up to the plate.
So I hope you can see now what they are throwing towards too. Yeah, so this is for the female problem and this is for the men.
Sammy going nice and easy. Very careful there. I think he's still going to have to jump.
Yeah, so this is the same problem as Daryl. He was still facing left, but Kotsai managed to open up.
Flip over.
Yes.
And we missed Vanessa missing. But
Yeah, I think her right foot slipped, right?
Just as she was going up. And there is a misconception that dynamic movements is only your legs or only your hands. It really is the entire body working in tandem because if you leave half your body behind, that's half of your weight just being left behind that you're not bringing with you. So not only do they have to bring their entire bodies with them, but they have to turn the bodies as well as change direction at the same time.
Yeah.
So a lot of things happening in these dynamic jumps. And Vanessa.
So she's going for the zone now, and from here it's actually already towards the end. You can see it on your screen.
And there we go. Okay, so we know that Shu Hui and Vanessa crystallized their first place lead quite early on. I missed how many attempts they took for this though, but they have definitely topped all 3 problems.
Yeah.
So they are quite secure for first and second for sure. So let's see when it's updated.
Of course, we also have to wait for other climbers to come out because I think Li Ting also finished 2 problems.
Yeah, she did. She did not flash her second one though.
Yeah, I see. Okay, so here we are. Vanessa Tang is currently ranked first because she took 2 attempts less than Shu Hui on the last problem.
Coming very close. Let's show some support.
Come on, Joey!
We have 20 seconds left. Kemi's going for another goal.
Kemi's still going strong.
Joey, some support!
I just heard 20 seconds left or something like that.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's put in a huge round of applause.
This might be Temi's last attempt on the problem.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the wall Shi Li Ting and JJ Kong as our next pair.
And yes, you will be correct. It's nice wave and walks back in.
Next up, coming out soon, we have JJ Tong from NUS and also Chu Li Ting from Team Climb Asia. So we're halfway through our open finals category.
Yes.
We're watching JJ. Oh no, that's one attempt. So that still counts an attempt even though he didn't really make a move from that.
Okay. There is a handhold right in the corner, isn't there?
Yeah.
Because that was what who was the first one? Nadia was doing as well. She kept trying to go for the handhold there versus going into the corner like what Shu Hui and Vanessa eventually did.
Yeah.
So sometimes these things they do throw off the beta because it is always safer to go to already be out and go for the handhold so you can see everything. And Li Ting's gone for it that way quite a number of times. Let's see when we get back to her whether she'll change her approach or not. JJ going up. Now every time he puts his foot up,
And then it
it's
comes
one
back down.
attempt.
Yeah.
Because he brought it up.
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about when we talked about hopping.
Yes.
Quite early on in the under 17 finals where hopping actually does climber in if they can't start properly.
Yeah.
And sometimes, even speaking from experience, starting is actually difficult. Starting can be very difficult.
Yeah. I mean, you can't expect the crux to always be in the middle of the problem.
Yes.
Sometimes road setters will try to make it challenging by putting
Just
the
the beginning.
in the beginning.
It's difficult.
Yeah. So this affects the scoring, which means that getting the zone is not easy.
Yes.
We are witnessing something incredible that has happened in women's group.
Okay. Li Ting, we have JJ on now, but Li Ting has not changed her approach. She is going for that side pull. And she gets it. That is some incredible tank right there.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see if she makes it to the top. She gotta step up
Alright,
and really
guys,
move.
this is your 1 minute mark. Still enough time to make it count.
So it's a really dynamic problem.
It does take a lot out of her to do that move and
just
to
stop.
repeat it because how much she's throwing across to get there, she has to pull back as well.
Yes.
On that one arm, it's not even two arms at this point in time. It is pulling back on her left and supporting with the right. Let's see if it works for her in the end. She still has time.
Now we see JJ trying to to get to the zone.
seconds left on the clock right now.
He's trying to get as high as he possibly can. Li Ting back up. Not giving up this one, just not giving up. I'm sorry, I did not mean to react. Your video is a bit laggy. You're gonna see it soon. It's a bit hard not to, there we go. So she, at this point, has only about 15 seconds left on the clock. And there we have it. A very nice
Last minute top.
last minute top. Not just that, but where her hand was, it was so dangerous because her first hand didn't actually wrap around the handhold at all. So
Contact strength.
correct. Like I said, I apologize for the reaction, but I was watching her at that point, and it was very scary to see her barely touching. You can see it again. There we go. You can see her left hand barely gets around, and if her right hand just came in a millisecond lesser, it would have been a wasted, throw, unfortunately. But I'm very happy for her. That was quite a jump for my heart, I think. Got a bit older there.
Yeah. So looking at the result, Li Ting got all tops as well, and she is ranked third because she took 13 attempts to get the top for the last problem.
But this still puts Min and Judith in a very safe place to podium.
Yeah.
Because they also both topped both the problems before.
We're seeing some progress on women's group number 3 by Puerto Rico.
Yes, and there we have it. The comment that just came in, Zach, saying that he's watching from the UK. Have Min getting to her zone.
Oh wow!
So that was a 1 by 1.
Yeah, so it's a different approach. So I think a previous climber that went right hand on the right hold, left hand to the end hold, and then right hand come in. But for her, it's right, left on the same hold.
Yeah, she managed to match and then go again.
Yes.
So there was a nice pause. There was a brief pause. We're gonna see it. And
So
there
right,
she
left,
goes.
and then again left hand.
Yes.
Yeah.
She also takes a brief moment before she goes for it. This, unfortunately, it drops Li Ting out of third place.
Yes.
And actually drops Shu Hui to third place as well because Min did that in 2 attempts.
Yeah. Wow, this is intense.
So very close. Now there's less than 2 minutes left on the clock right now.
I'm not sure how it's gonna go for Shu Hui if Judith topped the route because
She would flash it.
yeah, Shu Hui has 3 tops in 3 zones and her attempt to top is 7. For Judith, she has 2 tops and 2 zones and her attempt to that top is 6. So she got to flash it.
If she flashes it, she will, based on a comeback,
Yes.
she will push Shu Hui down
Out of podium.
out of podium because she is our top qualifier. We have ERP still out, and ERP in his previous attempts, hi Zach. ERP in his previous attempt has kind of gotten the movement and already. He just needs to stick it right now at this point. I think, I'm not sure, let's see if we can see it.
There's 30 seconds left on the clock. Let's make one
There we go.
Yeah.
So that was one attempt right there, just because he lifted his foot up. That would have been added on.
Wow, that is a very, very close attempt.
Yes.
So he managed to square his shoulder against the wall.
He's also taking a different approach than the other climbers that we've seen so far. He is already flanking his body out to the side and jumping off his two legs straight away, going to the side.
Now for final climbers of the night, let's welcome into the climbing area.
And there we go, there we have it.
This is ERP's final attempt.
Done for his competition.
And our last climber for the night, we have Dennis Chua from All Sports Equipment and Judith Sim.
2, 1.
So remember what we said about Judith, she would need to flash this problem to have a chance for podium.
And I think based on what Judith has listened to so far and what people coming in, I think she also knows what's at stake right now.
Yeah. And for Dennis, he is currently sitting in 3rd place. But if he managed to do this problem in less than 2 attempts, he might be able to get 1st place.
Oh, Dennis going up, missing it. So we only have one guy who made it to the zone for the problem. And there goes Judith's flash attempt, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We'll see some progress on route number 3 by Judith right now.
Is it safe to say our 1st, 2nd and 3rd for women's is crystallized?
We need to wait for the results. Let's see what happens. Alright, let's see for the update on the score.
There she goes, she's at her zone. Her 2nd attempt looking very strong. And she gets it again with the scary left hand.
Yeah, so early on, if you're looking at the score right now, we said that Judith would need to flash the problem for her to get a podium position, but she got it on her 2nd attempt. So I think for our ladies, until
anyone says otherwise.
Yes. The score right now currently, for 3rd place we have Tan Shu Hui from Climb Central, Min from Black Diamond Thailand, and in 1st place we have Vanessa Tech. Of course, let's wait for the chief route judge to approve this score. Right now, all eyes
are on Dennis. He is taking a similar stance to ERP just now, turning his body entirely first.
Yeah.
And it takes so much strength on your left arm.
Yeah.
To be able to get in that position and still move after that.
Regardless of what happened here, Dennis has secured a podium position. It's just a matter of whether it's 3rd place or he can still bump higher.
Yes. He has 1 minute left. This problem is really quite short. 1 minute is more than enough to do it twice maybe. So let's see how he goes. He's still got a lot of time, even though we're only down to 1 minute. But I think it's safe to say this might be his final attempt. It's do or die at this point. There we go. It's got the zone. It's basically one fly to another fly.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Dennis.
And
Very nice.
okay, so based on the result, Dennis only has 1 top. Yeah. So let us check the score for the open man. So the preliminary result for our men would be, I think 1st place would be ERP, and in 2nd place should be Tammy. Or it should be Dennis, I think, because Temi only has 2 zones.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
But Tammy's got 2 tops though.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. So Temi would be in second
Dennis
place,
will be-
and Dennis would be in third place.
It's only 1 top. It's safe to say that as of right now, unless someone decides otherwise or change or something happens with the route judging itself, it's a very high chance that this is our results at the moment. ERP first place, Tammy in second, and Dennis in third.
So, for those watching SMU Gravical 2019, this is the final category and it has finally ended. It has been a long week for our organizers and our
It's been a long
route
day
setters.
for us.
Yes. And I hope all the competitors had fun, and you, the spectator, I hope you enjoyed yourself. And thank you for being patient with us with all the technical
Yes,
difficulties.
thank you for sitting by and listening to us. Hope you did not turn off your audio.
Yeah, and so I think this is where we say goodbye. My name is Patrice, and thank you so much.
I'm Alison, and who knows when we'll see you again, but this was really fun. Bye.
Good night. Good night.